San Diego's 10.
Tony, here comes somebody who agrees with you. My next guest calls the idea of men paying for everything the prostitute syndrome. Warren Farrell is author of the book, Why Men Are the Way They Are. Also joining us is romance consultant Rebecca Sidnor, who's author of Making Love Happen. Rebecca says, a man who wants to split the bill is looking for a buddy, not a romance.
And she
Rebecca?
And she wrote Making Love Happen?
Sometimes some things just don't change no matter how liberated we are. And romance and courtship is one of those things. In the beginning, if a man pays for dinner on a first date, it's clear that he's interested in romance. But if he doesn't, and he comes across as liberated, he's looking more for a friendship. And some men will pay sometimes, and sometimes not pay. So that's a mixed message to me.
When a man and a woman meet on the first date and a man doesn't pay, what he's saying is, I respect you. I want a woman. No. Wait, hold for a minute. He's saying, I want a woman who is, you've been talking about liberation, you've been talking about wanting to be listened to, you've been talking about being your own person. I believe you. I want a woman who will, when the check comes, doesn't walk away to the ladies' room and expect that I'm going to be your success object, that I'm going to be your wallet. I don't want a prostitute in my life. I want a woman.
But when you say
that a man can't afford you, basically what you're asking the guy to do is take the money out and say, how much, honey? 20, 40? And she takes it, right? You know what her answer would be? You know what her answer would be? It's that this money isn't good enough. She wants the gold card. There's what she wants. See that? Now, now you have to ask yourself a question.
That's a good point.
Is there any difference?
Wait.
We have to ask, is there any difference between Abby and a prostitute?
No. Oh, yes, sir. Excuse me. Could you answer my question?
But Oprah, I agree with this. I agree with this woman.
Answer my question, please. Do you ask women out?
What's that?
Do you ask women out?
Of course, I asked some women out, and many women asked me out.
I'm not finished.
Go ahead.
You ask a woman out for the evening. You go to a restaurant, you're not going to pay. You ask you out, and I'm going to get to a restaurant, and you expect me to put out money?
No, I agree. Warren, I'm on your side, but I have to agree with her. If you ask somebody out, you pay.
An prostitute, because you expect me to, I expect you to pay for my dinner. That makes me a prostitute. You should go for counsel.
Are you asking?
One at a time. Rebecca, I'll give you a chance.
We have to ask ourselves a question.
Warren?
If we want men to express their emotions, and then you ask a question, and you create the answer, and you make an accusation like you should go to counseling before you get an answer, that's the type of person who themselves needs counseling. No, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
You ask me, you pay. I ask you, I pay.
I agree with that.
I am trying to respond to
Okay, what about, let him explain what he said.
I am trying to respond to your question. We have in this society a double jeopardy. We first tell men, you have to ask women out. And then we say, men, you have to risk all the rejection about taking 150 risks of rejection between first eye contact and first intercourse. And then we say, men, you have to pay, having risked the rejection to ask her out, and then you have to pay to risk the rejection to be sexual with her. And then so it's the only place in society where we tell people they have to pay for rejection.
On the other hand, how many men have you asked out and paid the check?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. How many men?
There's been plenty. I mean, I'm married now, but there's been plenty.
Oh, you did pay.
Yes,
when you were single, you asked men out and paid the check.
Many times when we were dating. I'm sorry, a date is a date, and that's what we're getting down here. Basic.
He should pay.
No, if a guy asks a girl out, he should pay.
That's right.
But
I agree with that.
But there's a but to that.
Any girl that asks a guy to take her somewhere or to buy her something has no class whatsoever.
Warren?
We have a different...
What's wrong with a woman suggesting where a man should take her?
No, wait a minute. We have a different...
Nothing, as long as he's not 21 on the first date.
We guys are being suckers here.
I'm not being a sucker.
No, Tony, listen to me. Tony, we have to confront the basic social message that says that 95% of the time we as men are expected to do the asking out. If we lived in a society where men and women both got plenty of permission to ask women out, and if we lived in that type of society, we'd have a lot more women able to control their own lives, be powerful, and be liberated and be in charge of their life, because you don't want your daughter just having veto power in life. You want your daughter being able to control her life,
but it just
going up and asking out who she wants.
Yeah, your response.
I think that is true. I think that what Warren says is a very good point. I think more women do need to take control of their love life, and if what you're looking for is a man to support you, that is your right. On the other hand, there is such, an equitable relationship is what most women I know are looking for, and that means on the first date, he does ask you out, he does pay, but maybe next week you take him on a picnic or you make him a good home-cooked meal.
Right.
And make it an equitable relationship. So you
I'd just like to ask Abby, how many of the things that you have you gotten from men?
Half of the things.
Half of the things.
Including my gold card.
Rolex.
Gold Rolex and
and earrings and rings.
Well, Oprah, if a man wants to give them to her, that's fine.
What's wrong?
If there's a man who wants to do that, that's fine.
If I'm dating, in the beginning of a relationship, here's my philosophy. In the beginning of a relationship, I think the man pays for the woman. Why should I pay for a guy?
Okay, they're asking, why haven't you married?
Well, she's 22 years old.
Go ahead.
She's just 21.
Go ahead, Abby.
I'm 22 years old.
Yes.
Things just didn't work out.
Yeah, but
See, I look a lot older. I'm a lot more mature than somebody of my age.
Guys don't want to marry girls like her.
So I think I can use that to my benefit.
Does the so-called greedy woman change after marriage? We'll meet a working wife who says her money is hers and his money is also hers when we come back. Back in a minute.
This brings back memories. Oh, these are great.
What's this remind you of?
Tastes like vanilla, huh?
Senior trip.
Paris. That cafe!
Yeah!
Rich, creamy tasting coffee with a hint of vanilla flavor. New French Vanilla Cafe.
I love this coffee.
New from General Foods International Coffees.
I loved that waiter. Jean-Luc.
Me and my pal Jim here plan to lay in a load of firewood before lunch. So we make no mistake about breakfast. Hot Quaker Oats. Pure nutrition. You know you're doing the right thing when you eat it. You can feel it helping you get all fired up. Then when you're not feeling all hungry at 10 o'clock and you're still going strong at 11, you'll keep realizing all morning, Quaker Oats is the right thing to do.
If you're into combat and feel it's time for a change, meet Raid Max. Only Raid Max roach bait attacks with sulfuramide, an insecticide no other roach bait can beat. In fact, we're so sure Raid Max roach bait will work for you, we guarantee it. So if you're into combat and feel it's time for a change, meet Raid Max. When Raid Max attacks, you win.
I go to the store to buy a Wolfgang Puck frozen pizza, but a woman with blonde hair and tight black jeans picks up the last Wolfgang Puck frozen pizza and puts it in her cart ahead of me. I said, you know, that Wolfgang Puck frozen pizza has Fontina cheese, cilantro, garlic, and pesto sauce on it. You sure you want that? You never had a pizza like Wolfgang Puck frozen pizza before, but she said there were lots of things she'd never done before that she wanted to do.
Ding.
How does TEN stand for San Diego?
By bringing together San Diego students and seniors to learn from each other, share new experiences, and become friends.
By showing you our community's unsung heroes, ordinary San Diegans doing extraordinary things.
By making sure that when kids are home alone after school and feeling lonely or bored, a friend is just a phone call away.
Community involvement. That's how TEN stands for San Diego.
You said something when we were going before. You said...
Yeah, I said, no offense, but no guy wants to marry a girl like her.
Some men do, obviously.
There are.
And she said, why not?
If you got it,
it's just a plaything.
Okay.
If you got what? What? If you got what?
No, wait. You're absolutely.
I want to have this discussion. Abby, you said if you've got it, flaunt it.
Yes.
You said, Roy.
If she's got what?
No.
What is it you got?
No, Oprah, the sad thing is the type of men.
Everybody quiet for just a minute. Quiet for just a minute.
But
Yes.
everyone has the right to a choice, and some men choose a woman who wants him to pay, and that's their right. And we're judging these people, and I don't think that's right.
The sad
I
thing
think
is,
everyone has a right to the kind of relationship they want, and everyone is obviously happy in that choice.
The sad thing is that Abby will...
I agree.
So who are we to judge?
I don't go looking for money because I'm very comfortable, okay? I own my own house. I drive my own Mercedes that I bought, okay? So I don't go looking for it. I look like a woman that a man who is about something is attracted to. That's all. I don't go saying, what do you drive? And about the car...
No, wait a minute. Let's be more honest.
Let her finish.
When I drive my Nissan, men don't wave at me, okay? And they do come asking, what do I have, and where do I work, and what do I drive? It gets just as important to men. It gets just as important to men.
Ladies, gentlemen, please,
The sad thing is that many of these women draw into their lives guys who are so insecure that they feel that they're not worthy of a woman until they pay for a woman. And so if you choose a man by his Corvette, you're going to get the type of man who's saying, I'm too insecure to have my heart be seen. I'm going to flash around this Corvette, so because I'm so unworthy of a woman like her, unless I show my Corvette, then she brings into her life men who look at Corvettes and then complains about the fact that they treat her as sex objects. But we men are trying to say now, we agree with women when women object to being used as sex objects. We men also don't want to be used as success objects.
Okay, you're married? And is she a greedy woman?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
But she's the good kind of greedy. She's married greedy.
She's married.
Right.
Right. It's nothing wrong with being greedy, but I still share. But I feel like I deserve certain things. I like to look good. I like, I feel like I have a reputation to uphold. And I know he wants me to look good when I'm out. So, yeah, I'm greedy. I ask for things, but I don't ask for too much what I know he can't afford to give me.
Right.
And then if it's something that I really feel like I want, I'm willing to like, baby, I want this. Well, maybe you help me pay for it, blah, 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 as long as I get.
That's not greedy.
No, that's not greedy. But
You know what?
The greedy committee said that's not greedy.
The problem I think these young people, the problem I think these people have is they're judging a man by the size of his wallet. And if you do that, you might miss what's meant for you. Or better, even worse, you may end up with sleeping with the enemy. Remember, he had a lot of money. And that's what will happen. You can't judge a man by how much money he makes. If you don't feel anything for him, if he makes $1 billion a year, leave him alone.
Okay, which brings us to the question. The man with the Corvette who bought the $165 wine, did you have any feelings for him?
No,
He was a very nice
He was just a nice guy, just a friend.
And all of these, the man with the gold Rolex, the gold Rolex man, did you have feelings for him?
Yes, I dated him for 1.5 years.
Okay. The men that you get these things from, do you have feelings for them?
The last relationship I was in, Oprah, was with a very wealthy man who I was involved with, and as I say, I got involved with married men for 9 years. Yes, I loved him.
You did love him.
Sure,
Yes.
many of these women do fall in love with the men, but they fall in love within the framework of a relatively small number of men who are wealthier. Like, she'll walk out of a party if she doesn't find a wealthy man.
But some men will only fall in love with a woman who's beautiful.
That's right. And that, I'm sorry, I agree with you.
That's a woman can't keep her looks forever.
And the prettier the woman, or the ones who think they're pretty, are more apt to be after the money.
No, that's definitely true. But the important thing is that you've had many shows, Oprah.
Wait a minute,
what did you say?
Sorry?
You're not going to date an ugly woman. You don't want somebody that's dressed in red standing next to your business.
There's more important things than the outer exterior of a body.
This is what we are trying to change.
Wait a minute. Here's the comment of the day. Wait a minute. Hold it. I thought I'd heard everything today. I thought, do I look like Burger King to you, was the comment of the day. But this may be the comment of the day, and that is?
Ugly women treat you better.
Ugly women treat you.
Yes, they do.
We will be back. If these men are so angry about spending their money on women, and ugly men treat you better? Poor men treat you better. They have to. I'm only kidding. It was just an opening. I'm sorry. be back in a moment.
An ugly woman do whatever you ask that woman to do and won't complain.
A solution to headache pain, a new way to exercise, concerns about lead levels in the wine we're drinking, and the Neiman Marcus Christmas catalog after Oprah.
At Marie Callender's, there's a reason why Jenny's pizza, Sprite, and dessert. Dad's spicy chili, fresh-baked cornbread and tea. Brian's chicken fingers, fries, Coke, and dessert. Mom's grilled lemon chicken, rice pilaf, and Diet Coke cost less than $19. At Marie Callender's, you're the reason a family of 4 can dine for under $19. Marie Callender's, all the favorites and more.
Sure, Quaker Natural tastes great for breakfast, but I can't always wait till breakfast.
Don't wait for the taste of Quaker Natural. It tastes too good for breakfast alone. Swirl it in yogurt, pour it on fruit, top it on top of an ice cream cone.
Quaker 100% natural. How can you wait for all those crunchy clusters of oats and honey, almonds and raisins?
I can't.
Don't wait for the taste of Quaker Natural.
Sonny plays a lot of soft hits without a lot of talk. The kind of music I like to listen to.
It's funny because I listen to the station and I always wonder how they know what my favorite songs are because they're always playing them.
You know, one of the best things about Sonny is that I can listen to it all day long. Continuous soft hits, not a lot of talk, and they never repeat a song. I like that. It's great.
Sonny plays better music and they play more music. That's why I listen to it.
103.7. It's the best radio station in town.
Hot weather has arrived, and you may be wondering if you really can reduce your water usage by 20%. Try a little harder, because from July through October, each time you meet your goal, you qualify for a certificate entitling you to significant discounts at participating San Diego businesses.
If your water bill shows a 20% or more reduction or has the keyword SAVOR, take it to any location of Men's Warehouse, Chang Oriental Cuisine, Oil Changer, or Dean's Photo.
No, I don't really feel that way. It was just such an opening. I'm sorry.
The guy that was talking about the ugly woman treats you better. Let's look at that for a moment. A beautiful woman goes into a self-service station, and the gas station attendants compete to make that self-service station a full-serve station. That woman learns early in life that her beauty brings her full service at self-service prices. Now, we men have to... And that's exactly why the less attractive women haven't learned this as much.
Better get out and pump your own gas if you want some.
But this, Oprah, is not women's fault. This is men's fault. We're the ones that are addicted and reinforcing this.
Any woman that goes into a service station gets waited on.
But make your point.
They do.
Make your point. Finish your point.
My point is this. I think that our
What he's saying is that a more attractive woman will get more attention.
Well,
she will.
I don't say they won't, but men will wait on women no matter what they look like.
Okay.
Honey, the way men are these days, any woman gets attractive. You three are so hard up, you don't know what you're even doing up there. And you, honey, let me tell you something. I'm 40 years old, and I've been through 8 husbands, and I wouldn't take you if you had $1 million in your pants. I'd take that man right there, because he looks like he could do me more good. And I would support him before I would support
crazy. Finish your point. Finish your point. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. You're speaking. Go ahead.
I'd like to make a comment on what's happening in the Midwest. We're getting a lot of values from the East Coast and the West Coast, and these are not Midwestern values. We come from farm people that have marriages. Most of my friends are married 35 to 40 years. I've been married 40 years. I have 4 children. We've had thick times. We've had thin times. He's been greedy. I've been greedy. I've been selfish. He's been selfish. And that's how the Midwesterners live.
Why are people laughing at that? Why, really? I mean, she's talking about love, and that's what we're talking about here. That's really what it matters.
She's talking about a sense. Everybody.
No, I'm talking about love. I'm not talking about dollars.
What happened to tradition?
Calm down. You wanted to say
I really want to say this, Oprah.
Go ahead.
Speaking from one educated woman, I'm a physician, a young one, needless to say, to another. You're an educated, successful woman. You've been greedy with your time. I've been greedy with my time. But yet we can provide material things that we need, and then we can enjoy the things, anything that a man has to give us, whether it's good sex or a gift, but we don't need it from them. And that's what I feel, okay?
That's exactly right. That's exactly, I have no problem with it.
That's
good. In fact, let me say something. In fact, the more successful you are, the better you have the right to choose. You can look at men in a different way. You can choose, pick and choose better.
And this lady sounds like she's proud of having 8 husbands. I think you got a little problem.
We'll be back.
What do I remember about growing up? My dad coming home from the war, cars with tail fins, hula hoops, my face breaking out, playing ball. I was the bat boy for the Washington Senators when I was 9 years old.
Beginning September 9th, MAURY POVICH will bring the experiences of a lifetime to 1 hour of television every weekday.
I'm as happy as I've ever been in my life. I'm 52 years old, and I'm stepping up to the plate again.
Will cellulite products cure chronic thigh anxiety? We'll show you.
Plus a class that's really for the birds tomorrow morning at 10.
At Jerome's, we've got what you want at a price you'll like. Take a look at this. This unique dining set was created especially for California living. Its elegant lines and casual feel are complemented by an exciting new pearlized finish. At glitter stores, you'd expect to pay up to $2,000. At Jerome's, you get all 7 pieces for only $9.98. At Jerome's, we don't discount the product, we discount the price.
If you've been thinking about losing weight, now you can do it and help others at the same time. Because this month, you can join our introductory program for only $19, and we'll donate that entire amount to Easter Seals, which means you'll be helping people with disabilities do many things most of us take for granted. Just call 1-800-92-JENNY and join us to lose weight and help others.
There are lots of ways of getting clothes dirty. The reason they stay dirty is you. Oils from your body work like glue to lock dirt onto fibers, making your clothes yellow and dingy. New Whisk Power Scoop changes that. Look, the unique organic cleaning system in Whisk actually unlocks the oil to release dirt you could never get out before. To get everything really clean, not yellow or dingy. And Whisk does it all without bleach. New Whisk Power Scoop. Change what you mean by clean.
Abby, you wanted to speak? Go ahead.
I know I'm gonna get booed, but if a guy could afford...
Hey guys.
Thank you. If a guy could afford a flashy sports car, flashy clothing, and flashy jewelry, why wouldn't he want to spend for a flashy girlfriend?
But don't miss her question.
There's also class involved, which you 3 lack.
No.
Guys. Okay, oh, you may be husband number 9, I don't know.
No, I was saying that she can consider herself flashy when she has something to fall back on. That's when I'll consider her flashy, good looking.
To me,
when she has something to fall back on. No. Well, she's not gonna fall back on me anytime soon. So I'm just saying.
I mean, women. I wouldn't fall back on you because you don't look like you have 2 nickels to rub together.
See, you know what? See, I'm not, okay, I'm young, I'm in school, I'm a collegiate, I'm not out here to listen to comments like that, see? Because she gets no respect from me. Because she'll never have respect. She won't have respect for herself ever. A man won't have respect for her ever. See, now the sister right there, next to her, the sister, see now, I can understand.
When you 3 cut me down, I mean, look who I'm even talking to.
Can we just stop the put down? Y'all been really masterful at them today. I think Rebecca is speaking. Rebecca, go ahead.
I think one thing we haven't talked about here
We haven't talked about giving our emotions. We haven't talked about connecting and caring about each other.
Right.
And I think that that's what's
How do
so
you
important.
connect, though, if the first thing you look for is what do you do and what do you drive? How do you connect?
Then that person can choose someone compatible for them. And for someone else who's looking for a more equitable relationship, there's someone for you, too. It's a free choice.
But it's a free...
We shouldn't be judging the way other people live.
I agree with you.
You can make your own choices.
Go ahead.
What we are looking for, what I hear the men and you saying that we're looking for is love. Making love happen, not making money happen. And one of the things that happens for men is we get caught up in being so insecure that we get tied into a woman who says, if you have some money, we'll love you. And we give up our dreams that we have when we were kids. The dreams to be a writer, the dreams to be a thinker, the dreams to be a businessman.
You have your own choice. You make your own choice.
I agree.
You make your own choice.
Tony. Most men who are financially successful are very leery about women, and it's because of girls like Abby that that ruins it for everyone else.
We end up with, when these women look within the framework of the 1% of men, then we have Oprah Winfrey shows that say the great American male shortage. Because 1% of men does not go around enough for 50% of women. And so and
1% most beautiful women.
That's the male problem, and I agree with
Those who will treat you better. That's what he says.
So what do you?
So we'll be back in a minute.
Jack in the Box is carving out a whole